Hey guys, and welcome back to the second installment of Play Till I Die. This time I went with Mike Tyson's Punch-Out on the original Nintendo Entertainment System. In this segment, I'm going to play all the way through until I get knocked down. I will not be doing a rematch or anything of the sorts. And this is also pre-Mike Tyson, so he does not bite ears off in this particular game. However, just as a show of good faith, if you decide you want to play this game and skip directly to Mike Tyson, the code you enter at the beginning is 007-373-5963. That code will take you straight to Mike Tyson, just so you can get knocked out quickly if you decide to do so. One thing you'll learn quickly about this game is that all fighters have a pattern. That includes Mike Tyson. Now, when you get to the main menu, you have a choice between New and Continue. And of course, Continue would allow you to enter the code. Also, while I'm playing this game, as I pass through certain levels and fights, it will actually display some codes. So if you ever decide to go back and play it, you can take those codes and use them. Right off the bat, your first opponent is Glass Joe. Very, very easy person to fight. He is exactly what he says. Glass Joe, pretty much essential for having a glass jaw. The basic mechanics of the game are going to be pressing left or right to dodge, or pressing down, which will actually make you cover your head. The key here is that this first guy basically has no defenses whatsoever. When he jumps back and comes running in on his third bounce, if you just throw a regular punch that'll land to his stomach, it'll automatically knock him down, so you can get your first knockdown of the match. In this game particularly, you could wait and try to counter punch instead of keep punching and letting him block. Because sometimes when you dodge, it will actually give you better fight combat stats. Like, as you can see, I'll land 5 or 6 punches each time I dodge that are going unblocked. Whenever you hit him and a star appears, it's a special punch that you hit the start button, and Little Mac jumps off his feet and throws a massive punch that deals a lot of damage. Here's the key about being over-aggressive, is every once in a while you will take a punch. Every time I play this game, I do tend to get over-aggressive. If you'll notice, my character turned purple for a second. When you've punched his gloves too many times, your stamina runs down, and then you'll have to not throw any punches, maybe dodge a little bit to get your stamina back. Now, in between rounds at this screen, if you press select, it'll actually start filling your health bar back up as a little boost before the next round. I can't believe that I'm actually having to go 2 rounds with Glass Joe, because normally I would knock him out in the first round, but for the purposes of this video and having to show certain little things, it'll go a little bit longer than usual. But you can bet Joe is about to go down for good as he backs up 3, and down he goes. And I don't know if anybody else ever noticed, but yeah, that's Mario as the referee. This game, when it was released on Nintendo, was a fairly big title, but it actually had nothing to do with Mario, so I never understood why he was the referee. He's not the referee in the cover art, but I guess it was Nintendo's own little touch there. Okay, Von Kaiser. The thing with him is, again, he's a fighter that has a little bit of a pattern, and once you learn the pattern for the different punches that he's going to throw, as you see, he kind of tilts his head to the side a little bit, wiggles his head when he's throwing a punch, so you just block it or dodge it, and then you counter back with your own punches, and then eventually he's going to get mad and start throwing uppercuts. And in between some of those, you'll be able to pick up those star punches and just lay him right out. I think it's kind of funny sometimes that these boxers, when their health gets a little bit low, they go into their special moves. I just got hit by an uppercut, but surely he misses on the second one, and I am landing 20 uppercuts in a row, and he's gonna go down again. That is his downfall. Also, like one of the other boxers coming up in the match, Don Flamenco, if you can dodge his very first punch, you can sit there and do left, right punches on him until he goes down without worrying about a counterattack. So there you go. 3 times knocked down in 1 minute and 53 seconds. The TKO in effect, which is a technical knockout. And now ranked to number 1, going for the minor circuit title belt. Now, one thing about this next opponent is he also has one of the moves where he jumps backwards and will attempt to come running at you. And again, it's on the 3rd bounce. If you time it just right and throw a left hook on the 3rd bounce, it will automatically knock him down regardless of how much stamina he has. But his quirk here is if you watch his eyebrows, it will let you know when he's going to throw a standard punch. He'll actually raise his eyebrows up and down. Being a little bit overly aggressive with him here will help build up the stars for you for your power punches. Just be careful because sometimes he tends to throw quick consecutive uppercuts. But yeah, his eyebrows move. Here he goes. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I missed. But it's a little hard to time sometimes, and I was able to actually block most of them other than the initial punch, and now I'll land, 10 or 15 counter punches. And as you can see, he goes down again. Now, he is also one of the fighters that you end up having to fight more than one time. As you'll see as I progress later in the game, he will be one of the ones that you have to fight for a second time as well. And that should be 3. So another TKO. Very quickly, and now it'll go to a cutscene, which is actually kind of cool because you're training and you're on a bike and you're in New York City, and it was always one of my favorite cutscenes, even though it kind of reminded me of Rocky. But I'm assuming, yeah, this is actually New York City because you come up on the Statue of Liberty. This is also where it'll give you a code so that you could come straight to the next fighter without having to fight through those 3 again. What I never understood is why he felt like running around in an all-pink jumpsuit. But yeah, there's the first passkey, so you can actually save that and use it. Don Flamenco, again, is, like I said, yeah, he dances and prances around. As soon as he misses his first punch, if you dodge left to his first punch and come back, you'll land about 20 consecutive punches in a row that will just straight knock him down. Here you go. He'll never get another chance to punch. Left, right, 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 left, and he's down. And it's all about the timing. If you make sure your timing is right with your left and right combos, like left, right, and the timing is perfect, that's how you can continue to hit him. If your timing gets off a little bit, or you accidentally throw 2 rights and then a left, the combo will actually break. So there he is, 42 seconds into round 1, completely knocked out. Champion, Little Mac. So next up is one of the more famous fighters. It took me forever as a kid to learn how to beat this guy, and as I'm playing here, it actually took me a little bit to remember it as well. But basically, whenever he goes to raise his hand up, not a regular punch, but as he's raising his hand up to strike, you have to punch him in the face, and then his pants fall down. And while he's trying to pick his pants up, you can continuously hit him in the stomach, as you can see, which to me is hilarious. Now, the best part about this is once you've learned that, because he used to be a fairly strong opponent until I realized that, because he blocks everything. You cannot hit him otherwise. And once he goes down, once you've knocked him down, he does not get back up. He is actually too big to get back up. And I think the best thing about King Hippo for me was when he was part of the television show Captain N and the Game Masters, which was a Saturday morning cartoon. And he was actually one of the bad guys. So that's probably one of the more memorable things I know about King Hippo. But yeah, to beat him, wait for him to raise his hand up, hit him with an uppercut, his pants fall down, punch him in the stomach a bunch of times, and just repeat that until you have knocked him down. Now this guy, the Great Tiger, his telegraphs are punched by the jewel on his turban there. It'll blink right before he throws a punch, so that'll let you know to get out of the way. His special move is a bit annoying, but as long as you know how to counter it, it's very easy. And again, one of the instances where after a special punch, they're vulnerable to a one-hit knockdown. So, as you'll see, he starts going into just only throwing uppercuts mode, which is allowing me to dodge and counter. And he should go down here. There we go. You know, sometimes they sit up and then they fall back down. They make you think they're getting back up and then they don't. It's pretty funny actually how random it is. So again, just dodging punches, countering with other punches, and down he goes the second time. Now, pretty much any time you go to the second round with this guy, you can guarantee that he's going to start off with his special punch pretty soon. Pretty soon off the bat. And the trick to it is as soon as he backs up to start his punch, you'll want to hold down. Like, press the down button and that'll make you cover your head. And he'll spin around and hit you. And then if you time it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you blocked all 5, after that 5th one, he stands there with his head kind of spinning and he's susceptible to the one. Here he goes. Ready? And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, punch. And he's down. If you don't block that, he will knock you out. And so it's very important to learn the timing on that as well. My reflexes just really aren't what they used to be when I used to play this game all the time when I was a teenager. But relatively everything's still the same. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. He's a little tough to get the star, like the special punches on, but whenever he bends down to throw his uppercut, if instead of countering with uppercuts, if you actually just started throwing body blows and punching him in the stomach, you would actually start to generate stars for your special punch. Luckily for this particular match, you really don't need it. And of course, now we have another title bout coming up. And it's Bald Bull, who was also one of the harder ones to beat when I was a kid. But he also has dead giveaways for his punches. He spins his hands, so you know a punch is coming. He also has another one of the special punches that he goes backwards and then charges at you, and on his third bounce you punch him in the stomach and he goes down just like the others. Now for me, he does this like really tight uppercut, like he has the wide uppercut there and then the tight uppercuts there. Those are a little harder to dodge. They're not impossible, but they do seem to catch me a little more often than some of the others. And I'm pretty sure Bald Bull doesn't really get knocked out. He always gets up on 8, from what I can remember. But yeah, the key here is to just keep dodging and working him down until at some point he will jump back in his stance and try to do a special punch on you. Most of them save their special punches till round 2, but if you're actually doing a really good job and going to you're on the road to TKOing them, they will eventually jump back and do that special punch anyway. As he tries here, and bam, he goes down. He probably should have saved it for the second round, because that right there cost him the game. And now, guess who's the champion? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new champion. And now I'm just going to go run through New York at nighttime in my pink jumpsuit. And I can do that because obviously I've beat all these other boxers and I'm a champion, so I dare anybody to pick on my jumpsuit because I will probably TKO them. But yeah, how cool was that back in the day for these kind of graphics for the lit up Statue of Liberty? And here's another pass key. And this way you can skip straight to, Piston Honda again. So I'm assuming he's going to be a little bit aggravated this time around. I beat him pretty quickly the first time. And the thing is honestly, his difficulty level has not gone up. He still does pretty much all the same thing, except at this point he will do his special moves a little more often, and he'll definitely do them in the first round. And instead of throwing the one straightforward punch, he throws 2 in a row. But yeah, as you can see, I wasn't ready for that, and he was already trying to do his special move on me. Had I been ready, all I would have had to do was body punch him, and he would have gone down. So, he actually, wow. I'm getting knocked down for the first time. That's okay. You know, you have to wonder, with all the boxing rules and everything, with weight classes and divisions, how this little teeny guy is fighting all these great big people. And once again, I missed the chance to get a free knockdown. And I'm exhausted, so I'm going to have to dodge for a little bit. But also, when your stamina is low and you get a dodge in and a good counter punch, it'll actually start giving you some of your health back. Now, I'm help Doc, and he tells me to join the Nintendo Fun Club today. That's the help that you get from your trainer. You're getting your butt kicked, and you ask for help, and he tells you to join the Nintendo Fun Club. Well, maybe I just happen to have sent that membership in, so watch out, E Honda. I'm gonna beat you down. Look at that. Nintendo Fun Club Super Punch. That's what that was about. Now, where did they come up with the names for these guys? Like Piston Honda. And I do know that at some point there's a point here where they actually can dodge your star punch, and you can activate that by pressing start. I don't know if I've mentioned that before or not, but you press star to throw that, or the start button to throw that star punch. And there's a point here where There you go. There's a point here where they can actually, like, you'll see their head move back, and they dodge your star punch. And I don't know. I feel like that's cheating, because if I have to earn those stars. Now, Soda Popinski, very, very hard. He's freaking huge. He hits like a mule, and I'm probably going to lose this fight. Most likely will. But there are a lot of strategies with him as well. He's just so clunky, and it's kind of hard to read his reactions. Not just when he's throwing punches, but he does this weird dance with his feet right before he throws certain punches, and that's the ones that usually get me. But so far, so good. We're going to take him down. It's really like David and Goliath here. And I know if I can just stick with this strategy, it really should be somewhat of an easy fight. But once my timing gets off with my dodging, if I dodge too early, I end up moving right back into a punch and getting laid down. So, like right there now, and that's the other thing. Once he hits you, your stamina is down. So, you can't even throw a punch back. You have to dodge the next few punches to get your stamina back. And as you can see, that was a pretty rough round for me. Even my picture here, my eye is all puffy, and I just don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat him. I'd like to get to Tyson for you guys, but like I said, I'm not going to use any cheat codes. I'm not going to use any continues. So if he happens to beat me down here, then I'll just take it like a man and move on to the next game. But we'll have plenty of pleasure sending him to the mat at least one more time before he gets a chance to knock me out. Just try to stick with the counters. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I doubt it's gonna let me get up from this. Okay, we're good to go. Now, I'm definitely not getting up. He just one-punched me, and then he has to laugh at me. Seriously, look at him. He's laughing at me. Anyway, that's Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.